A good chainsaw and a good log splitter, and you've got a pile of firewood, and you need it. You need it if you want to stay warm over winter here in New Zealand. I upgraded my log splitter from that one there to this one here, and what a difference it made. All the leftover logs from my log cabin that are too rotten, well, they become firewood, and the rest goes on the log cabin. Come on, dogs, let's go. Come on. Put a couple of covers on the new lambs because it's bloody cold, and it's worked good. First, the mother rejected them because it didn't smell like her, because they are made out of wool, another sheep's wool. But she soon worked it out, and she's feeding them now, and they're good. These guys, they're looking all a bit whiter after the rain they had. Just gave John a rake up because he ran into the sheep paddock. He's bloody got good ears, that dog. Good boy. Good boy, John. Get out of there, John. John, out of there. Out of there. Away you go. Good boy. Good dog. Good dog. He's got good ears, that dog. He just seems to know everything I say. Good boy. Good dog. A bit like humans, I think. It's a mixture of good breeding, come on, but also good training from his former owner, which was Richard Ware. Sit down, Johnny. Come on, let's go. And he's going to be a bloody good pig dog. That's my old landlord in his V8 driving away from the bull. I have to put that bull down this month. So he's been here for a lot of years. I'll be going up there 308 and doing that job soon. Poe's looking at the Land Cruiser. You know who that is, Poe. Johnny's always on the move. He's seen the Land Cruiser. Get in, Johnny. You're not going to get it, mate. I'll let him run. I'm not going to call him back because he's not going to go very far. It's good exercise for him. Look at him. Get to run all the way back up there. He just runs around all day, Johnny. Can't get out. Beautiful, beautiful cruiser. Lovely machine. Johnny, come back down. Probably wants to talk to me about the bull situation. Sit down, dogs. Sit down. Sit down. Plenty of exercise. The dogs are loose in the paddock quite often, so it's kind of good for guarding, but they can't get out. Old Nut's beside me. He's not silly. You're a good boy, aren't you, eh? He loves to play with all the other dogs, eh? All the time. Go steady. Pace holds his own. Ooh. Go easy. Good body language, they're just playing. So when dogs play like that, one dog allows himself to be the prey and one be the predator, and they're basically training for hunting. One allows himself to be chased, and then they switch over, and it's how they teach themselves to hunt. You see them chasing around the paddock, and they're actually basically training themselves to catch pigs. That's what's going on. Right, I'll cut to the chase. I got an email from Allan. G'day Allan, if you're watching this, and I'm not going to say your last name for privacy reasons, obviously. Allan's email went something like this, and I'll try to remember as best as you said it, Allan. Clay, I have a real problem. I'm overweight. I've got an index, a BMI index of 40. That's morbidly obese. 40 is serious. You want your BMI to be 20, around 20 to 25, not 40. And you know that, Allan. And he says, what happens is I eat to make myself feel good. The more I eat, the fatter I get. And the fatter I get, the worse I feel, so the more I eat to make myself feel good. It's a vicious cycle. I sit around a lot, I don't need exercise. I've got a foot that no longer I can stand on properly because it hurts. I'm not surprised, bro. It's like you're walking around with like a 30 kg backpack all the time on that foot. You're causing that pain. That foot's never ever going to heal like that. What do I do, Clay? Well, you came to the right guy, man, because I used to be overweight too, Allan. And anybody else who's overweight that's watching this. I used to be... I'm a light guy, I'm a light build, so I used to look okay, but I was overweight. I had visceral fat, which is what causes diseases, and I got 2 diseases, heart disease and cancer, both of which are now behind me, and I'm going ahead. But I've been there, I've been in that place, so I know how it feels to be eating like that. For me, it was eating too much meat and dairy all the time. What do? It's a hard one because it's driven by emotion. If we allow our emotions to take over, they control us. So first of all, you've got to get control of your emotions, and it's emotional eating, and it's emotional feelings with just everything you do. how you react, what you do, whether it's stress. So it's not just the eating, it's also how you manage stress, it's how you manage your sleep, it's how you manage any pain you've got. It's a number of things, but it starts off with imposing upon yourself self-discipline. Always do the jobs that you hate the most first, whatever it is, whether you've got a garage that needs tidying, or a bed that needs making, or a lawn that needs mowing, or a car that needs fixing, anything. Do the jobs that you hate the most first, get them out of the way. Once you've done that, then get the job of yourself that's got to be done, and you can do that in the process at the same time as you like. Now, a lot of people go to the gym and they go running, try to lose exercise, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I used to be the most active guy. I'd be at kayak fishing all the time, and pig hunting, and deer stalking, and going through the mountains, and I'm very, very active. I'm a mountain bike, but I still had a little tummy and a fat face. It's what's going in your mouth. It's simple as that. Now, I was forced into going into a whole plant-based diet 2.5 years ago when I was diagnosed with end-stage heart disease. There was no question about it. We know that if you've got anything wrong with your heart, that you've got to heal the endothelial that creates the nitric oxide, which creates the vasodilation, which opens everything back up. And that's exactly what I did. The science is there. It's not up for debate. Oh, the carnivore diet and the ketovore diet and the keto diet, they're all very trendy, but there's no long-term studies with hard endpoints of what clinical outcomes are if you do that for a period of time. And I've been doing that for a period of time, and that's exactly what happened. I got sick. So what I learned about that is doing a ketovore diet, which is predominantly meat, is you eventually destroy the endothelial. And they don't talk about this, but that's something that I learned the hard way. So you can't stop the emotional thing of wanting to eat. You just can't. It's just impossible if you've got that, if you're wired that way. So what you've got to do is you've got to stop what it is that you're eating. And one thing is sure as hell, every time you get hungry and you've got that urge, if you stick a donut in your mouth, or if you stick a hamburger, or you stick a steak, or you stick refined carbohydrate, it's just going to make you fatter and fatter and fatter. But if you stick a piece of cauliflower, or you stick a bit of broccoli, or you stick some lettuce, or you stick some kale, or you stick some beans, or you stick some mushroom, or you stick some lentils, or you stick some sprouts, or you stick some radishes, or some carrots, or some pumpkin, or some sweet potato, it doesn't matter how much you put in there, you're going to lose weight, because it does a number of things. One of the things it does, it feeds your microbiome and your microbiota, which creates a really, really strong immune system. But that's going to take you 3 to 6 months to happen, because you're not used to it, because you've been feeding it all that other stuff. So your body's got to learn to create that. And then you have your fermented stuff, whether it's sauerkraut or kimchi or natto beans or miso, whatever it is that you're having to get that microbiome like really strong with that probiotic and prebiotic. You've got to feed it the good stuff. So all of that stuff there, just you can fill yourself up, but unlike a chocolate bar or a steak or a bit of mozzarella cheese, it doesn't make you fat. What it does, it makes you healthy. It gets your blood pumping and makes you feel good. Now, it's hard to do because that shit tastes horrible. I don't like that stuff. I don't want to eat cauliflower. I mean, I eat it, but it's not like eating a steak or a white bait patty or a bit of crayfish or oysters. Those things are great to eat. They make your dopamine receptors go ping and you feel good. But you got to ask yourself a question. Do I want to do the job that I don't want to do and have a good result with my life? Or do I want to take the easy road and just do what makes me feel good now and feel like shit after, and the next day after, and eventually have a slow death of a disease process? For me, it's a no-brainer. It's doing the job that you hate the most. And it's like everything in this life. You've got to be disciplined to do it. And that is difficult. And I talked to a doctor about this, and she was overweight. I went to the clinic and to see my doctor, because I get myself tested every 3 months to see I'm on track. And I never trust an overweight doctor, because I look at a doctor who's overweight and I think, well, straight away, you're going to have high blood pressure, most likely. Not necessary, but most likely. You're going to have a disease process going on somewhere when you're that obese. And this person was overweight, and she was telling me what drugs I needed to take, and I said, well, actually, no, I don't take any drugs, and this is why my low lipid protein, my LDL, it's the bad cholesterol, that's why it's currently at 1.8. I said, this is why it is, because of what I'm doing, and I need drugs for that. What I need is to get rid of the causation that was making it high, and the causation was food. And she didn't want to hear that. And the reason she didn't want to hear that is she enjoys eating food, and she would then have to look at herself and have to change her diet. And nobody wants to do that. As I've always said, man is prepared to fight and die for the cause, but not often prepared to give up the cause of his suffering. So that's my message to Allan today, if it makes any sense to you guys. Just a quick one. Very, very difficult, and you can apply this to anything in life, whether it's finances, relationships, anything. Do the thing you hate the most first, and then move forward. Because once you close a door behind you, another door opens and something cool comes along. Right, brothers, I'm going to get on my mountain bike and do a mission. Just a quick vlog off the phone. Go steady in this day. Lots of love to you. And if you have any questions about diet or anything, stick them below, because I research this stuff every day now. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the meta-analysis of lots of long-term studies of all sorts of things, where it's about your EPA, DHA, ALA levels, like your omega-3 levels, or whether it's about your microbiome, or whether it's about the index of your omega-3 levels, where that needs to be, whether it's about the whole thing of protein versus complex carbohydrates and the balance. Anything about that, ask me questions and I'll give you the science below, because I look at it every day. It's part of my journey to keep myself well and not getting sick again. Lots of love. See ya.